here's maybe an easy yes/no question, or maybe why. Do you support or not support a second ambulance? And since we've heard there's some other things about healthcare or emergency response, maybe this is just an easy one to give you a break here. Mr. Riddell, do you support or not support a second ambulance?
Yes, I do. And if you look at the breakdown, it doesn't matter what fire department you look at, 70 to 80% of their runs are medical related. And being that we're geographically isolated over here, which means it's extremely difficult to replace a resource, whether it be that an engine company or an ambulance. I think it benefits our community greatly to have a second ambulance and not have to wait 20 minutes on a good day and longer depending on where that ambulance is coming from. So, you know, there's a thing called the critical hour and the golden hour, and you have another one where on any type of, you know, heart problem, you want to get there within 5 minutes and you want to get them to the hospital as soon as possible. So yes, I'm in favor of that.
Mr. McIntosh, do you support a second ambulance?
If I didn't, I wouldn't have negotiated for one in 2000.
Mr. Alfano?
Absolutely. You know, we had two before. Let me tell you, we had two ambulances here that had 2 firefighter paramedics on an ambulance. So if we got to a fire, OSHA rules 2 in, 2 out. If you have 3 people on an engine, that second resource of that ambulance was your 4th and 5th person. So boom, you can go right in. Right now we have a contract with the county, and they're just paramedics. They're there for transport. So we have a lower level of service than what we had before. People need to understand that. That was a second resource where somebody could go into the burning building or use the jaws of life or pull somebody out of a car. Right now, we don't have that. But guess what? We're paying the same amount of money we had back then as we are today, and we have less service. 85% of the medical calls are not just Kenyatta Cove. It's actually the entire district. That would be pretty interesting. But yeah, 85% of the entire district is about medical aid. It's not just one little area of the coastside. So I want to make that clarification. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. McCusick?
Well, you know, this is an interesting question. Yes, of course, I support a second ambulance, but the whole idea of how we structure the service and how we organize the responses is an interesting question that the board certainly should address, rather than worrying about the minutiae of contracts and this stuff they're carrying on about. I feel the board is not looking at the long horizon problems and the short day-to-day problems with adequate attention. Instead, they're spending all their time figuring out how to destroy CAL FIRE from the inside or the out, get them out the door, and then hand over all our jobs to the guys in San Mateo. What an embarrassment.
Thank you. And lady, Ms. Anderson, do you support a second ambulance?
I absolutely support a second ambulance, and once again I say the fact that we don't have a second ambulance anymore has nothing to do with CAL FIRE. It was a decision of the board. It's not a decision of CAL FIRE. They have nothing to do with it. Also, I would like to address something that's been coming up over and over and over, which is the supposed revolving door of service. CAL FIRE gets guys in here, they use our money to train them, and then they ship them to Kathmandu. That simply isn't so. The grand jury report says under the old standalone, we have a higher turnover rate than we do right now with CAL FIRE. So that's just another example of the untruths that are being told here tonight and in the newspaper and in the mailers.
Thank you.